new vendor to put into the procurement system, to get approved, to track. And every enterprise knows that if I bring in one, it's not just 1 year for Synthesia. Now I'm stuck for 8 years. Like that's how enterprises think. They don't think 1 year. They're like, okay, it's going to take me the first year I'm learning, the second year I'm rolling it out more, the third year I'm going to buy more stuff. And they always like double. Back at Adobe, like when you put any vendor in the system, you doubled the budget because you knew it was going to grow with add-ons and seats. Right. And so how many of those can you add each year? Even at Adobe size, you just run out of vendors you can and I don't know if if agents change that rule. They're going to change a lot of other rules. And so I don't know who's going to pay for that. I just don't know who's going to pay for the discrete vendors, not the agents themselves, but so many vendors. So many vendors.
I do think there are fundamentally new product categories, though. I would put us in one of like we never go in and replace someone or take budget from someone. We probably will over time.
You don't come from the training budget or the LMS budget if you're for an internal use case?
No, we'll sometimes take some of the video production budget that you use with agencies.
Yeah.
But the key point here is that people are not evaluating us against should we switch out this thing with some Synthesia, right? It's a net new thing. It's also why we're growing so fast. And I think there are new product categories like that. And then there'll be a lot of these agents or features or whatever that'll exist better within the platforms people already use, and there'll be kind of add-ons and extra modules, I think.
But I believe you that I'll listen, you're in all the deals. I believe you that you're not directly stealing someone's creaky old budget. But my limited experience tells me behind the scenes, you're stealing someone else's budget. They're canceling someone that they don't quite need that was on the bubble. And I don't think this has changed since I worked at a Fortune 500 tech company. You get together each year. Okay. This is why budget's annually. And Tamaz, you want to add that cool product. What are you going to cut? This is why so many things got cut the last 18 months.
Maybe some of the budget does not come from software, right? It comes from like services-based things. So in our case, a lot of the budget we eat into is like video production agencies, right? That's not software vendors, or it's translation budgets, or it's kind of like more service-driven things. And I think especially when we talk about agents, right? That will probably be a lot of what that can eat into. So it's like you may add another software vendor, but maybe the budget doesn't come from like other software platforms, but it comes from like services.
That's budgets. A lot of the hope on X is that we can turn humans into software budget.
Well,
right?
Morgan Stanley ran a study in Q3, I think, and they said 50% of the AI budget was cannibalizing existing software and 50% was new.
50-50. Yeah, that's probably right? Yeah. I mean, they got the data, right?
Yeah, and so I bet Victor's right. Like it's translation or other kinds of services, consulting, customization, legal, like all that stuff, like legal outsourcing. That's where the software budget's coming from.